Hey guys, how is everyone doing? So I got a few messages from some of my followers and my students telling me that these tutorial videos that I'm making for y'all are actually helping them. I'm really happy that the effort and time I put in for making these tutorial videos is useful. So here I am today with another one, and this time we're gonna be covering some 5 basic hip movements. Alright, so without wasting any time, let's begin. For the first one, look something like this. Simple. So this is going to be your first movement. Okay, so for this one, keeping your feet together obviously, you bend one knee. Let's say you bend our right knee. So when you bend one knee, the hip on the other side is automatically raised. Okay, let's do this again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Okay, you see this hip rising and this knee has gone forward. Now slowly we will bend the other knee and straighten this leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. And this hip comes up. Again, let's bend the other leg. 3, 4, 5. So just by doing these basic knee bending techniques, you are doing a hip movement. And then you can increase the pace. Cha, cha. And then add hands or any kind of variations. Okay, just one thing guys, once you get this step, right now I bent my knee and this leg was straight. Okay, but not necessarily you have to completely keep it straight. You keep your foot light and it does not become straight completely. You can keep it very light. Okay, don't like completely straighten it unless that's the movement. For this kind of hip raise, you have to keep it very gentle. Here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that was your first movement. Moving on to the next one. You can keep, let's say, 1.5 feet distance. Okay, we do the same thing. We bend one knee and then the other. Bend one knee and then the other, and I'm getting my hip raise. Okay, second thing you're going to practice is taking your upper body side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to connect this upper body movement to the hip raises that we did. Very slowly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm bending my knee and I'm going side to side. Here. When you are comfortable, you can increase the pace. And then again, you do not have to completely straighten the other leg. Be light. Be very light, but the idea is to bend definitely. There you go. And side, 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 side. Okay, so that was the second movement. Going on to the third one is back row, hip row. This, 2 or 3. So the idea is, even if you're keeping your legs together or apart, it's like you start on one side and then again this knee bends. It could be bending straight way, it could be bending straight, or it could be bending sideways also. Okay, so you start on one side, and you take it behind, roll all the way, and then come back and then bend this knee. Again, starting from this side now, you take it around, you roll it, and then you bend this knee and your weight comes on this leg. Okay, let's do this slowly again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Bend this knee. And the idea is just to roll behind. If you keep your legs apart too, same thing. Okay, you roll it on one side and bring it here. Roll it on the other side, bring it here. Also, when you do this, guys, make sure that you do not completely bend forward for this roll. Idea is to keep the upper body aligned and straight, and then take the hip back. Come forward, take it back, and to the side. It's just making half a circle backwards. So you start from one point, finish on the other, start on one point, finish on the other. You can also take your look with the hip roll. So starting from this side, you look and take it to this side, and you take it to this side. Okay, so this is your third one. It can be done with feet together, tap, tap, or with your feet apart. Just roll behind. Okay, moving on to the next one is called a hip thrust. So what it looks like is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, or it can be done low. Okay, so usually what happens is that when we do a hip warm up, we do these rolls or we do like an in and out thing. So for here, what you need to practice is keeping your hands on your waist and just bend your knees. Take your hip behind. You go behind and center, forward and center, back and center, forward and center. You must practice this a few times because only if you get this, you get the hip thrust, believe me. And your upper body does not move straight. Okay, so for this, what we were doing is that we're pushing the hip out. For a hip thrust, the idea is to push forward with some impact. So you go out, in. When you go out, that is your and when you hit, it's a 1. So you go and 1, and 2, and 3. So you go out, hit, and out, hit, out, hit. So you can be doing this with your feet together. Pop, 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 or one leg at a time. Or you could be keeping your feet apart and just go for a simple hip thrust. Keep your hands here, out, in, out, in. That's it. And when you're just comfortable with this, there are like so many variations to it. And just go down, squat and go up, 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 up. Alright, so this is your hip thrust. Can be used in a lot of routines and in a lot of variations. Now going on to the next one, this is what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be a little challenging, but definitely achievable. So for this, same thing, we are bending our knee. Okay, the idea is that you're taking your hip forward. We have done side. Now the idea is to take your hip forward, and we're also focusing on taking a roll. So when I go forward, like for instance, if I'm going forward, automatically my body shifts diagonally. That comes naturally. We have to focus on keeping your hands here, taking your hip forward and bending your knee. Let's do that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So I took my hip forward, making a small rotation, and my knee was bent. Now I'm going to bring my next hip forward, doing the same thing. 2. Knees bent, hip rolls forward, body automatically shifts. Again, bring the other one forward. 3, 4. Just do it very slowly, very technically first. 5, 6. And then when you are like, okay, I know this, just bring a flow in it. Let this flow, making a small rotation of your hip. See? Rolling it forward, bend your knee, other one is straight. Rules are the same, simple. And my body automatically shifts. Like, allow it to go very naturally. So this is your 5th movement for today. Hope this is helpful again. Practice, share it with people who would like to learn about hip movements or even start dancing. Share the other ones with them, and let's spread the joy of dance. Thank you guys for watching, and do join my online sessions. We have intermediate level choreographies most of the times because I push my students to learn faster. You can join these tutorial videos and learn simple basics from here. Okay, and lots of love. Next class coming up on Sunday, which is bachata, and it's going to be a beginner level class. So whoever wants to learn bachata or just try simple moves, who thinks that my other routines were very challenging and they're scared, don't be. You can join this one and see how it works for you. Maybe you might just love it. Thank you guys. Lots of love.